Hello and welcome to In Your Shoes, a show where we get to know our students, hear about their challenges, celebrate their successes, get inspired by their stories, and walk in their shoes for 30 minutes. I am your host and HCC President, Dr. Daria Willis, and I am glad you are here with us today. My guest is a smart young woman whose charisma and energy has literally taken this campus by storm. She has served in various capacities, from program assistant for the HCC Center for Civic and Community Engagement to being a member of multiple clubs, including the Black Student Union, the Muslim Student Association, the Robotics Club, and multiple others. But most people probably recognized her as the immediate past president of the Student Government Association right here at Howard Community College. A 4.0 student consistently making the dean's list every semester, something that I cannot say that I did. And soon to be HCC graduate, it is my pleasure to sit beside Isra Ansari and welcome her to the show. Welcome, Isra.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everybody. I'm Isra.
I'm so glad you're here.
So happy to be here.
We're having a little girl crush moment, but yes. So before I jump into the questions, Isra, I just have to say how proud of you I am. I think each year that I've been here, each year as if I've been here for like 10 years. This is year number 2. But the first group of SGA presidents and VP, they did a wonderful job. Yeah. And it just seems like you all keep raising the bar. And I just have to take a walk back down memory lane because we first met when I first came to the college.
Spring 2022.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you came and met me in my office and said, I saw you as president. I just wanted to meet you. And I'm just going to say, for all the listeners that are out there today, this blossomed flower that's loud and all over campus, and there's nothing wrong with being loud.
I love being loud.
Was not the Isra that I met in spring of 2022.
That was not me.
You were very quiet and kind of meek and mild. And I remember you said, I've been thinking about that SGA thing. What do you think I should do? And I went, you need to go out and do that. And
yes.
You did it. You killed it. You took the campus by storm. I am so proud of you, Miss Johns Hopkins and everything else. But I won't say everything. I won't, steal your show. But just let me say, I mean, I said this in the pre-show that y'all grow so fast. And hopefully you can take that, and it's not, I'm not trying to diminish you in any way, but it has just been really an honor to watch you blossom on the campus.
It's been an honor for me. You're still flies ever since the first day we met. So yeah, not much has changed on the outside, but just more and more every day that I get to know you, you just become so much more passionate and involved in I mean, I'm not going to talk about you like I raised you or something, but it's
But you've watched me grow too.
Yes, I have. I've watched you just do your thing. Yeah. And you're doing a great job. So.
I know. And what size shoe you wear?
Girl, my feet are huge. I'm
an 11.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
You are the first person I've ever met that I'm a 10.5, 11.
Yeah, I'm an 11. Die hard. I kept looking at those shoes going,
wow,
those things look like something that
That's my girl.
Can take. But I will let you have those. Those orange.
You.
Y'all should see her orange
Should I lift up my
dunks
legs?
That are, if you can lift them up, look at that. Look at, yes.
Yeah, no, I have huge feet, and I'm glad that we have more to relate to than just being presidents.
We have more in common. So, president to president, feet to feet.
Right.
There it is. So let's jump in.
Okay.
So Isra, you have accomplished a lot in your time at HCC.
Yes, ma'am.
A whole lot.
Very glad.
Both socially, academically. Did you always dream of going to college?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay, tell us more.
She's like, oh.
Really?
Well, okay. It's so funny because I did, but I didn't. I remember actually, and this is gonna be such a corny moment. Like, you know how rappers are like, yeah, back in the day, like, people said I wouldn't be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was kind of my moment. In 7th grade, I was with a group of friends, and we were talking about college. And at the time, like, college felt so far away, and it was. We were only in 7th grade, and it was something only in the movies and on the TV shows. So we were talking about, like, college and what college we want to go to. And really, I had only heard this name, like, around my family and friends of Johns Hopkins. And I actually just said the first thing that came to my head, I was like, yeah, I want to go to Johns Hopkins. And I was really, like, honestly, I was just kidding. Like, I was just kidding. But it ruined the joke when everyone else started laughing. They were like, oh, you want to go to Hopkins? Girl, you're not going to Hopkins. And I was like, watch me. And guess where I'm going?
Where are you going?
I can't remember the name. I feel like it starts with an H and ends with an S. I don't know. I'm going to Hopkins.
You're going to Hopkins.
I'm going to Hopkins.
But wait a minute. You're going to Hopkins as a
junior
and a Jack
Kent Cook Scholar.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you.
Right. I got the J's mixed up.
A Jack Kent Cook Scholar, and there are only but so many, 60?
60
that are given out
I'm very
across the country.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
So you just spoke it into existence, and you didn't even know that you were actually speaking. You joked?
Yeah,
no, but you spoke it.
Right. And so I did want to go, but, life be lifing. And so as life went on.
Can we life be lifing?
Highlight this, that this is our new thing, life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
But,
okay.
The life that I lived with my family in terms of our finances and the things that I dealt with personally in terms of mental health, that held me back a lot. So college wasn't even a thing. That was really a joke for me, especially seeing my siblings attempt it and not really go far in it. And that's no shade to them. They did what they had to do. They ended up getting jobs and supporting our family and supporting themselves, and that's great. I admire them so much. So I just thought that was the route I was going to take. I was not it in school, especially math. Yeah, no, it wasn't my thing. We
have so much in common. I hated math too.
I hated math. I used to cry over it. Bro, math tears. You don't understand things.
Math tears are different than just tears.
Yes, it was difficult, and so it wasn't I didn't even think about it until junior year came around, and everybody is taking the SAT and making their Common App accounts, and I'm like, college, I didn't even think about that, and we had to have an internship. All of this stuff was required for the school that I went to, and so I feel like I did a lot of things because I had to, not because I wanted to. So that dream of me in 7th grade thinking of college, that faded. I didn't want that anymore. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it anymore because of my finances, my mental situation, just overall the life that I was living. And so I had applied to HCC. Everybody knows the story. It was a joke too. Listen, everything I do is a joke until it becomes real. Okay? But just know that as things go on, what was once a joke becomes something that I really appreciate and cherish and I'm passionate about. So I did apply to HCC in a laughing moment with my best friend, Deanna Musabber. And from that point, college became a thing for me. So yeah, I made the most out of a joke. And I also turned a joke into reality.
I love that. So I understand that from a professional side, you have goals to work in higher education.
I do.
Number one, tell us more about that and why.
I actually did. This is a goal that came to me recently from my experience in Howard Community College. I've always wanted, I actually had so many different passions. I used to want to literally be in the fashion industry. I
can tell. Okay.
Me and my cousin, we were so crazy. We had a whole design book and we used to draw out designs and think that we were literally going to be designers. And I also wanted to go into music and being an actress. People, it was just dreams. And really, really, though, what always came down to it, ever since I was younger, ever since my family became obsessed with the show Criminal Minds, I was like, you know what, psychology. I want to go into psychology. And there were so many things you could have gotten from Criminal Minds. I could have been, in law, in the government, in the police. But I was like, psychology. I want to do that. And I always thought I was going to be a therapist. I always wanted to have my own private practice. So when I came to HCC, I double majored in general studies and social sciences with a focus of psychology and business administration, hoping that I could go into my own private practice. And that's still my plan B. But my plan A came about as I got more involved and as I became SGA president, and I realized that I'm passionate about student life, the student experience, and really student success. So I want to go into higher education. That came about here. I want to go into higher education to be able to give students the resources and programs that I once lacked that would benefit them personally, in turn aiding them academically. Because student success is never only about academic achievement. In order to do anything, that's why people say self-love is the best love, or self-love first. In order to do anything in the outside world, it needs to be inside you first. So you need to be up there personally in order to do anything academically, professionally, romantically. Yeah. I ate that, didn't I?
No, you you ate it for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, girl. Look, can I ask any more questions, or are we done?
Honestly, I feel like I gotta go. I'm kidding.
The paparazzi's waiting for you outside. So I'm going to expound on that a little bit. Are you looking to maybe be in a 2-year sector, 4-year? I mean, where does your heart lead, considering, or maybe you don't know yet because you want to get to Johns Hopkins and see what that life is like?
Honestly, I think I'm going to come back and take over Howard Community College.
Okay.
Just kidding. But I actually don't know. I'm not sure if I want to go into a 2-year or 4-year. I think definitely me continuing my studies and going into undergrad and then graduate school will allow me to shape where I want to go.
Shape that.
Yeah,
I hear that 100%. I mean, when I was in school, I knew I wanted to do something higher ed, but it takes a minute to figure out where your heart leads. So that's awesome. So tell me about your work in the Center for Civic and Community Engagement.
That was the start of it all. And it's so funny because my supervisors, Cindy, Jackie, Jess, and Kiri, they all always say that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter what job you work, what school you go to, you were always ours first. And I really was. I needed a job, and I found out about work study. I didn't even know work study was a thing until I started here, and I got my financial aid award package, and I was like, oh, work study. Went on the job board, applied for the first job I saw. And I got it. Like, they hired me on the spot almost. Like, we had the interview, and they were like, yeah, we want you. And I was like, okay, I want you too. So I started, and like, they exposed me to so many opportunities and just, like, life as a whole. And I had come to HCC, like, right after COVID. Like, we were still building things up. So there wasn't too much going on. So it was difficult to keep in touch with, like, people and things. But working there, like, I was able to meet so many people, learn about so many programs, and they encouraged me to do so much. I gained so much experience in that. In the department, to give like a little bit of an overview, we give students opportunities to apply what they're learning inside the classroom, outside of the classroom. So field trips, service opportunities, and I've actually taken part in 2 service opportunities in 2 courses that I've taken. So it was great being able to develop these events or manage different programs and opportunities. And in that, like, I met you, and I met so many other people from so many other departments, and I got that extra push to become SGA president.
So before we get to SGA president,
right,
let's talk about clubs.
Yeah, clubs.
Yeah.
Club, not that
we
kind of
club.
clubbing,
no. I had to tell the story about the late night library one day, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So when you go to your 4-year, let's talk before you go. Like, here are the things you do and don't do. Okay. All right. Yeah. But clubs, in the term of what we're doing here on the campus, you tell us about your experience with what clubs you participated in and why you think they're important.
So I took part in a lot of clubs in my time at HCC. Music club, fashion club, Black Student Union, robotics club, which a lot of these clubs, unfortunately, like, it's hard to keep up. So I'm involved in the clubs, but maybe not as involved as other people. Okay. But bottom line is, clubs, especially like the Black Student Union, music club, things like that, those were the clubs that I started in. And I was involved in those before anything else. And clubs are so important. I really highly encourage, if there's nothing else that you do, if you don't go to an event at school, if you don't stay after for study hours, the one thing that I encourage people to do is go to a club, or join a club, because everybody needs their people and everybody needs their purpose. And that's what you find in clubs. You find your community, people that you can relate to, that understand you, people that have a common goal, and it gives you a purpose. You might not have a good home life, but you know that you have your club to come to after school. You might hate the class that you're in, but you have something to look forward to as soon as the class is over. So that's what I had. In music club was one of the first clubs I joined in spring 2022. Oh my gosh. And I do love to sing, but I'm very, like, nervous about that. And I don't sing in front of people, but going into that club, they gave me something to look forward to. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we were jamming out. And I had my people.
You must be real bold to be jamming out in front of other people. See, I jam out in the shower or in the car. Nobody else is around.
I was
you can sing.
They made me comfortable. They made me comfortable jamming out.
Oh, look at that.
And, like, we worked together to a common goal of, like, a concert. And it wasn't even, like, and a club can mean so many different things to so many different people. For some people, music was their job. In that club. For other people, music was their hobby. For me, music was my outlet. So it's like we all were just able to come together and support each other. And that gave me so much that I needed to like do better. And that's comes back to the point of student success. You have something that aids you personally that benefits you academically. And that's what it was for me.
So do you see those TikToks where the professional person is walking into the office, but then in the background they play whatever the music is as they're walking to
Yeah.
Do you do that? And do you have that moment? Because I know I have that moment. You don't know what's playing in these AirPods.
Yes!
But I'm getting ready for the day.
When you see me like beelining from East Garage to my office, just know there's something going
there's
on. Something in my AirPods.
Who's your favorite artist?
Oh, okay. And every time I tell people this, they're like, really? Young Thug?
Okay.
Like Young Thug. Like that doesn't even look like you. That's my favorite rapper. Like
really?
Yeah, since 7th. Actually, I used to be obsessed with Drake in middle school. I had his
you obsessed
face.
with Drake?
Not anymore. But I had his
okay.
face on my birthday cake for some odd reason. We're not going to talk about that. But from there, I learned about Young Thug, and I was like, wait, like this is the guy right here. And yeah.
That's interesting. So I'm a huge fan of Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah. And huge fan of Outkast.
I love Outkast, yeah.
But, A-Town, of course. And then finally, the old Kanye.
Yes.
Not the new Kanye.
Not the new Kanye. I will
the college
always
dropout,
ride for the old Kanye.
That old Champions, the old Kanye.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kanye.
Runaway,
Right.
Power.
Bro, Runaway.
Yeah, like that's probably what I'm listening to in my AirPods, getting ready as I'm walking into the building. Oh, see, we have more in common.
Bro, I love when we were SGA gets to suggest commencement songs for commencement. Half of the list was Kanye.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, man.
Can y'all just play that as the party is when I'm going off? Play a Kanye song?
That's your office entry song,
right?
That's the
it.
Song. Yeah.
That's the jam. Okay, all right. We'll get off of Kanye. We'll get back to HCC. So let's talk about SGA president.
Let's talk about it.
From president to president.
Yes.
What was that experience like? And what was your favorite thing about it? And your least favorite thing about SGA president?
That experience was unexpected. Nothing like I expected. It definitely did a lot for me. It opened so many doors for me. And that's probably my favorite thing. Well, actually, no, that's not my favorite thing. That was a great thing, though. But my favorite thing, and it's really the little things that count, is my everyday interactions with people. Yeah. Not just working up in the student life office, but the students. And that was, like, being SGA president and having people know, like, they felt like they could, and especially us both being on the same level of being students, they felt like they just see me in the hallway, like, hey, Esra, like, can I talk to you about this? What's up with this? Da-da-da. And, like, that was my favorite part. Yeah. Just connecting with people and, like, having, like, real, genuine conversations. Yeah. Like, not the, like, oh, how are you? Not the photo op conversations or, like, the surface conversations. That was my favorite part. And, like, just connecting. And my least favorite part, and we were just talking about this, having to...
Does I put you on the spot?
I was like, okay.
I was like, when is she going to say it?
Having to repeat myself. I hate repeating myself. I hate repeating myself. And it's so funny because...
You're like, were you listening?
I feel like I make people repeat themselves so much because I always have my AirPods in. So sometimes I'm like, what'd you say? But, like, if you have me repeat myself, nah, it's raps. Like, I hate repeating. But it's not even in that case. Like, I don't mind repeating something, like... because you didn't hear me, but constantly saying the same things over and over again every day, it does get, like, sometimes I want to talk about something new. Sometimes I want to do something new. So repetition, I guess, like, a routine of, like, saying the same things and doing the same things was a little bit irritating, but it also allowed me to be more organized and produce a lot of great things for the school and for myself. So
beautiful. So as you're the SGA president, that's a leadership position.
It is.
Have you always seen yourself as a natural born leader? Did you grow into this position? And, how did that happen for you? And how did HCC support you in just your journey to leadership and supporting others? Because if you really want to think about it, a lot of times we say to ourselves as professionals, we all want to leave a legacy. But we don't think about it until we get to that job or career. But Isra, you're leaving a legacy here as a leader. So what was your leadership journey like, and what types of supports did you get from the HCC community? And then the third part is, what's your legacy as you leave here?
Oh, this is such a heavy question. I love it.
I know I gave you a 3-parter, so I hope you can remember all of that, but
no,
I think there's a lot there.
I definitely did not see myself as a leader. I think I had leadership traits because but I don't think I grew into it. I think I always had it, because anybody can be a manager, but not everybody can be a leader. You can learn to manage people and things, but you can't learn to lead. You kind of have to want it, and you have to have it. I think I had it, but I never saw myself as such because of things that I dealt with in the past.
Right.
And so coming into this position, there were so many different factors. Why I came into this position, I was just talking about it in the clubs. People need their purpose. I needed something. I really did. I had just come out of the worst year of my life in 2021, and I was struggling bad. There's so much behind why I needed a reason to get up every single day and do better, not only for myself, but for others. And also, the things that I was dealing with, I was so ashamed of them. And I was embarrassed that was, like, my life, and I didn't feel comfortable opening up about them. But coming here and seeing so much support for things that often are not spoken about, like food insecurity, financial insecurity, mental health, and even things that I might not deal with but someone else does, like sexual health and things of that sort. It made me realize that me speaking up is not only for myself. It's for so many other people that can't find it in themselves to do so, because just because I deal with it doesn't mean I'm the only person. So coming to you and already being, like, interested in the position, because I had a great professor, Anna. She forwarded me the message from Student Life and told me that I would be great for the position of student government, but I wasn't. I was like, no. But coming to you and getting so much encouragement from you, and then my best friend Jackson, and then my advisors in the CCCE, I was just like, you know what, maybe this is going to be my something. And that was where the support started. But everything after that, all of the, like, it is something that maybe to you guys, you were just thinking, oh, we're considering her for this opportunity or this position because she's SGA president. But everything that you guys extended to me and invited me to, that went so far to me. And that was the second form of support. And just, like, the students, like, being so happy to see me and have me and connect with me, and, like, everything that I was doing for them and seeing how it related to them. Like, I feel like in me supporting others, that supported me, because I was able to do so much and see how it impacted others. And I was like, the way that people responded to it in such a positive manner, and the way that I saw the student experience, like, elevate, helped me. And I guess the legacy that I'm leaving is, like, I don't know, that's such a good question. Like, how do you define the legacy that I'm leaving? I guess, like, honestly, maybe just, like, realness. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, is that a legacy? I don't know, but, like, just being real, like, being, like, I was never like that. Like, I would never, especially, like, in the environment that I grew up in, my mom was so known. So there were certain things that I couldn't express, certain things I couldn't talk about. A lot of my family's experiences were so hush-hush because you don't want anybody to look at us a certain way. But I came here and I felt I could be authentic. And maybe that's my legacy, authenticity. Like, just, it doesn't matter what position I'm in. It doesn't matter if I'm a student or a student leader or both. I'm not afraid to, like, be authentically me and also use that as a form of impact on others. I don't know, I said a lot.
No, that was beautiful. Sense. I mean, being authentically you and using that as a tool for change to support others. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And it will live on forever.
I hope so.
Absolutely. Okay, so a few more questions for you. I hear that you're our commencement speaker this year.
I am.
Aren't you excited?
Nervous.
Oh, no. You can't be nervous. You can't be, because you've had such an awesome experience. And I know you have an amazing story to tell. And whatever that story is that you tell, it's going to touch someone's heart, right? It's going to touch someone to where they know that they can do it the same way.
Yeah.
Right? That you said for yourself. So can you give us a sneak peek of, for the people who are listening and watching, what message you may have for the crowd next Friday?
I can. And I'm hoping to see everybody there, everybody graduating, everybody listening. And essentially what I'm going to be telling is to not only the students, but just everybody that will be present, that it's not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. And it's also about celebrating yourself in that process.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people feel like, or they spend their whole lives finding themselves or trying to find themselves, but you have to realize that you're not lost.
Yeah.
It's about creating the person that you want to be, because, well, you can't find something that's not lost, but you also can't find something that doesn't exist yet. So if there's someone you want to be, you have to create that person. And I'll obviously go into how HCC supported me and so many others through that. And also celebrating yourself in that process, because people often they ignore the most important person in their life and in their experience, themselves. And that's like how are you gonna, it's just like I can't even come up with an analogy right now, but you know what I mean.
Sense. Yeah.
Like it's just like, how are you going to forget about yourself? You can't forget about yourself, especially if you're trying to find yourself or create yourself. Then you need to celebrate yourself, be proud of yourself, support yourself, enjoy yourself, acknowledge yourself, everything. You.
And if you don't toot your own horn, who else is going to do it?
Exactly.
That's what I tell people.
And it goes back to what we were just talking about, how everything starts here.
Right.
You can't give anything to anyone else or be anything for anyone else if you're not that for yourself first.
So here are some of my favorite moments of Isra at HCC. Remember when we did Conversations from the Couch?
Yes.
So I feel like you said earlier, this has come full circle.
It has.
Conversations from the Couch, and now we're on the podcast. And that Conversations from the Couch is kind of hot, too. It's good. Other favorite Isra moments. Oh, gosh, the party. Homecoming. Thank you. Yes, yeah. Homecoming. And when I said to my team, so we're going to do a homecoming because Isra wants to do a homecoming, and they all went, what? And then coming to homecoming and seeing the work you and Jackson and everyone else put into it, that was another favorite moment. And then my last favorite moment was the block party.
The Stomp the Yard. That was good. That was my favorite.
Well, here was the funny part. Because I was trying to hang out with y'all and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah. And you were like, we have to get some things done. So it's good. Dr. Willis,
that
it's good to see you.
That was a stressful day.
But,
yeah.
I have to go. And I was like, wow. They just brushed me completely
I am so
But
sorry about that.
No, don't apologize. I just love the very business aspect because I came to hang out. And y'all were not y'all were working. I said, well, excuse me, Madam President. Let me go get my Kona ice and walk off.
Yeah.
So those are my favorite moments. What are your favorite moments here at HCC?
My favorite moments are definitely all the free food. Definitely love that. And like I said, the interactions. Also, the campus is so beautiful. And I loved the time that I had to myself to be able to walk on campus with my earphones in and just listening to music and taking everything in. It was so grounding because being so busy as a student and as a leader, like it was rare to find moments like that. So I think that was my favorite moment or one of my favorite moments. And then also everything that I was able to do and all the ties that I was able to make. Like it almost felt like we weren't just on the same team, but we were friends. Like I felt like I had a family here.
Yeah.
And there was so much good that came out of that. Literally, me applying to Johns Hopkins came from Mike Smolkinson in the athletics department because he hooked me up with someone in admissions that he was friends with. Like so much good came out of it, and not only like not only like those outside benefits, but just the internal feeling that I got from being so involved and connected and having so many relationships. Like that's something I will cherish and miss for forever.
Well, we'll always be here, right here waiting for you.
And I will
so as we wrap up, what are you looking forward to the most in this next chapter? Because it's the time where I'm kind of crying because y'all are all leaving the nest. But what are you looking forward to?
Continuing. Yeah, continuing. There was once a time where I wanted my story to end. And I thought that it would, and I put no effort into moving forward. And now I'm in such a position that is just so amazing that I need to and want to continue.
Beautiful. Well, you've heard it here from the amazing Isra Ansari. Again, Isra, I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud. Thank you. Okay, we both survived our presidencies. But again, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't wait to celebrate you next Friday. And y'all heard it first from Isra. Keep going. Continue. There's always a reason to still be here, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. So thank you for listening and watching In Your Shoes. You can listen to our podcast at inyourshoes.podbean.com, and you can watch all of our episodes at Howard Community College's YouTube channel. Connect with me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HowardCCPrez, and that's Prez with a Z, not a S, or contact me at president@howardcc.edu. And remember to keep walking confidently forward in your shoes.
Yay!
We did it!